Alright, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some more catching cheaters in Geoguessr. I really like doing the last one, so I figured we'd do it again. And yes, duels is coming soon. I'm just in a good position right now. I don't want to play anymore because I don't want to lose my rating and stuff. So we're just going to be doing this in the meantime. And if you want to see more of this, then let me know. If you don't, then that's fine as well. But I just like doing this a lot, so let's get into it. So here's the first round. It's a moving mode with a rating of 800 to 900. So let's see what he does. All right. Immediately, it's not obvious what it is. It's probably like Latin America or something like that. Could actually be Europe. Actually, I like that more. Maybe like a Turkey or like Actually, I think Turkey is more likely. But let's just see where he's thinking. Okay, we have some text there. Can't fully read that, but it did look kind of Turkish. But there's a sign right there, but it can't. Yeah, that looks Turkish. Okay, we're in Turkey. We have water north, so that makes me think we're on like the Black Sea. Yeah, and we are. Okay, zooming in on the top, very far top right of Turkey, and he's kind of looking on the coast, seeing what makes sense. So far, this isn't really cheating. I don't think so. Um, we'll see where the marker is once we get there. But he's still scanning along the coast. You can see it right there, but and he goes for trap zone, and he just decides to go for that. So where is it? Okay, it's right there, and he went there. So I mean, that's like a reasonable guess, judging by where the water is. Um, There's not really any foul play, I don't think, so that's just not guilty for both of them. And we're going to move on to the next one. All right, what is this? Maybe like a Romania. So judging from where this is, it's actually Serbia. Okay, so it's the same rating, same game mode, whatever. Um, Auto service, nothing really useful there aside from it being Latin text. All right, we have some flags here, or like something. But it says Belgrade on it, so he's just going to click Belgrade, I think. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, that's not cheating either, so I don't really see why this was reported. I guess he just didn't, the opponent didn't really get there in time, but that's going to be not guilty. We're going to move on next. Um, Immediately not entirely obvious what this is. Probably like somewhere in Asia, I would say. Maybe like a Malaysia or like a. Actually, I think it is Malaysia because we have these black and white striped poles, which you also see in Peru. But I feel like I don't think this is Peru. It just looks too Asian and like tropical for me. So let's see where we are thinking. There's actually no move this time. So he's zooming in on the gate over there, trying to look at the architecture, getting a feel for where he thinks it is. We have the pickup truck right there. Red roofs pretty much everywhere. Just looking around. All right, so it's a little bit of a longer one, so I think he's just gonna keep like zooming in on stuff. We got some motorbikes there. It is left-hand drive, so yeah, all of that makes sense for Malaysia. All right, I want to see like where he zooms in on first because I feel like let's just skip ahead a little more to where he actually starts zooming in on the map. Okay, so he starts zooming in right around here, and he goes into Thailand area, or now he's going to Indonesia, considering his options, I'm assuming. And we can't see where he guessed. Oh, he just guessed Kuala Lumpur. I mean, This looks like a very legitimate round to me. So far, we don't have any cheaters. Because scripting, I feel like it would be a lot more obvious. And same with Googling. We have a black screen here. Let me see if we can get off that. There we go. So it's the US. We have a moving game with a 1000 to 1100 rated player. Let's see what happens here. So immediately I'm thinking like maybe more south. Just for like the general feel. And we could check for license plates as well. Um, Let me check. So okay, it's actually around like Texas, Oklahoma. Okay, it's Oklahoma, so that makes sense for what we're dealing with here. Um, Ponca City Wildcats. Okay, so he's going down a little bit more. Um, Not really anything too useful aside from the 580 area code, which I feel like a large majority of people wouldn't know off the bat. All right, just getting a general feel for everything. Oh, we have that license plate. That's an Oklahoma plate. It's pretty recognizable. So you might see that and just go Oklahoma. I don't even know what it is. It's like a blue plate and it has like a bunch of like white lines on it. I still don't even know like what it's supposed to be. But it also does have like the shape of Oklahoma in the middle, which I've seen a few times in real life, but it's pretty uncommon from where I live. But so he's going around Tulsa. Up there's Ponca City. That's where we saw. Yep, and he just found it. I think this is all pretty legit. He recognized the Oklahoma plate. He looked at the name of the city on the school and just scanned until he found it. So that is pretty obviously not guilty. We haven't actually found a single cheater this time, which is kind of interesting because usually when I do these, like there's like a million cheaters, like just Googling stuff. Okay, this is interesting. It's a moving game, and I played it, but he's not moving. Okay, he moves over. Okay, we have these bollards, which you might recognize. This is probably like Russia or something like that. Okay, it's all the way over there, and he just guesses there. Okay, let me check. Let me go to this location real quick. So we have the white car, which I think is like around far east Russia, which would make sense. Um, we have mountains. We have this kind of a little bit lower quality camera, which is just found like pretty much everywhere in Russia. I don't think they really updated it since then because of geopolitical reasons. We're just gonna go back now. So I do like the guess. I don't think it's cheating because it's not really precise. He just kind of clicks around that general area. Doesn't really bother lining it up. No, it's not Googling. I don't think it's scripting either. Pretty easy in terms of figuring that out. Okay, next one. We are in Japan, moving 1100. I think how this investigations thing works is that you have like the same person that's getting reported because it's like the same rating, same mode, and similar like style of guessing. And I think what it's probably doing is giving you like multiple rounds from the same person to determine if they're cheating or not. Because like maybe like one of them was reported, and it's just giving you like the same person but like different rounds, even if they're not cheating. But that was very obviously not guilty. He just clicked Japan. Okay, now we have a different person. No move, 600 to 700. This is where things might get interesting. So I would say like Canada, the US. I kind of like Canada more, just how it feels. Madison, Health. Okay, maybe it's actually Wisconsin, like because there's a decently big place named Madison there. I think it's the capital. But I guess, but it would make sense because of how north it feels. But I don't know if there is a place in Canada named Madison. So we saw Madison, but now he's just paused on this screen, which is weird. Let's see where he guesses. Okay, we have a. Okay, now he's zooming on Idaho. But that's where it is. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, so let's go back to where that sign was for a second. Madison Health, Madison Memorial Hospital. I think this is definitely Google. So guilty of Googling, not guilty of scripting, because he just kind of zoomed in on the sign and then kind of went off it and then probably just went off to go Google. So we are going to submit that. And now we are back in the US, I think. I'm pretty sure, but this could be Canada. We don't know just yet. Okay, it's probably the same person. So we have North 66th Street, East Green Lake Way North. That's interesting. Okay. So it's a no move game as well. So looking around, I guess I'd probably go like northwest. In like maybe like Washington or something like that. We also have this interesting like concrete pavement stuff that you can see right over here. So now he's kind of I don't really know like is he googling like the signs right here? Yeah, because it's definitely the same person because he kind of like goes away from it and then like stops for a while, which leads me to believe he's googling stuff. But we'll see. We'll see where he goes. But yeah, very strange movements. Definitely like not natural in terms of like okay, he clicks in the middle of the Indian Ocean and then zooms in on Washington. Then clicks Seattle. I think we have to go guilty again. I think we do. Next case. Alright, we got India, I think. Yeah. So same person. Let's see how he does. Here we got a bunch of places. Um, I think that's the Karnataka language, if I'm not mistaken, with a lot of these like hooks on the tops of the characters, and generally how like curvy these letters are. But yeah, he zoomed in on the sign for a really long time. But who knows? Maybe he's just trying to read and can't read. Open up the map for a second. Just getting a good look. So he sees a billboard. He got some English on there. Zooms in immediately on Karnataka. We see Shivamogga, which is one of the place names on the sign. Now he's trying to like scan for something. I don't know why, because it's like right in the middle of his screen, but so he is being hesitant to guess, but now he's on Shivamogga and clicks pretty much right there. That should be a Google. If it's not, I'm gonna be really surprised, but that was very much like a Googling job there. Alright, now we have a different person. We got a moving game, 700 to 800 rated player. Immediately, this is probably US again. Um, Zooming in on, I'm not going to say what he zoomed in on, but we got some clean something. All right, exit the parking lot and just getting a general feel. I don't really know where I'd go here, but he's reading something right there. We got the 55 and the 35 West. I mean, it says Minnesota, so that seems like a legit guess to me. I'm gonna say not guilty for either of them. and we will move on. All right, what do we got here? Like Australia or something? I think it should be. So let's play. See where it goes. Okay, zoom it around real quick. So he is going down the road. We have the sun north, so it probably should be Australia. Or some other place that is more. Okay, we got Queensland right there. So yeah, he goes Brisbane, which is a natural guess because it's like right in the middle. It's the biggest city in Queensland. So that is also not guilty. I don't understand why these are being reported, but maybe like just the opponent had a hard time finding all this stuff. But now we have a more relocation. I think we're back in Australia. So I think this is time for us to see if he's truly cheating or not, or if he just has a lucky guess. Okay, zooming in New South Wales, it makes sense, just from how everything looks. It's kind of like mountainous and like just the way the trees and all that stuff kind of matches. Makes sense. And he just clicks. Ooh, hmm, that is interesting. Okay, so he clicks. Hold on. Yeah, so he clicks there, which is like near Sydney, and then he immediately goes down here. Hmm. Now, I don't know, truly, like, if this is a cheating job here, because I'm pretty sure this is the same person that was doing those moving games that we saw before, where he accurately got to the information and eventually got to the correct location. However, I don't know about that one. But we can't obviously be entirely sure because he clicked the wrong place immediately. So, like, he clicked over here, like, approximately, but then kind of switched over here. Maybe he just thought like it'd be better to hedge like Victoria, where it's also kind of mountainous. Um, so I think I'm gonna do not guilty Googling, and I'll leave it at insufficient evidence for scripting because you can't be 100% sure. And where is this? This is like Finland or Sweden or something. I like Finland more, I think. Oh, it's actually Iceland. Okay. Yeah, but he sees it's Iceland, and he just clicks Reykjavik, and boom. Clearly not guilty of anything in that regard. Moving on next. As we can see, we have a tie round. Or is that Cambodia? I can't tell. Actually, no, it's Cambodia because of the low quality camera. All right, zooming in on some of the letters. All right, going on the road, we have some text there. I didn't get to catch that. What did it say? MC Park Community Mall. We have Mekong Land. So Mekong is the name of the river that flows through Southeast Asia. I think it's the border of some countries, but I can't remember where exactly it goes. But that is a good clue for if you know your rivers. But now he's kind of, that was weird. Yeah, he just clicks Phnom Penh. But here's the thing. He kind of just sat here for a while, like around here. So he sees the text. He sees Mekong Land, but then kind of sits here for a while. He zoomed out slightly, which makes me believe that like he was trying to do something, but I don't really know what he was trying to do. But it kind of does seem like a Google to me in that regard because like I don't know. I just feel like you would try to look for more information, maybe like a flag or like something else if you don't know the language. So I am going to say not guilty scripting Hmm. I'm torn on insufficient or guilty because it wasn't the most obvious Googling in the world. Because it was clear before that he was like genuinely checking the text. It wasn't just immediately trying to find a place name to Google. But at the same time, you know, I'm gonna say guilty. You just paused for way too long for that to be legit. All right, we got a moving aim 700 800. Zooming in on welcome to Eagle Bluff. That sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know why. There's a very interesting blur as well. And he zoomed in on this board for quite a while. Maybe he's trying to look up where this is on Google Maps, perhaps. But it looks like a beach or desert landscape, so maybe like Australia. I didn't really see this where the sun was, so it's entirely possible it's somewhere else. And it actually is Australia. And does he zoom in right on the flag? Okay, he zooms in on Perth, which is interesting, considering that he's just like he hasn't moved the camera aside from like opening the map, but all right, he kind of went back to, I guess, check his external intel. We'll just call it that. Now skip ahead to when we actually see some movement. Okay. Or let's see, does he zoom in? Yep, he does. He sees the 5K right there. He's going to zoom in even further. Let's see if he gets right on the flag. Okay, he goes on the coast. That's pretty obvious. Google. I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to see like scripters or anything, but who knows? Maybe we will. But we're in team duels, I think. I think that's what that means in the top left. Um, and sometimes people, when they like report people in duels, they report the other person's like their teammate instead of the person actually cheating. So it's kind of hard to like accurately like uh report if they're guilty because like I could be like reporting like the person who they reported by mistake and maybe this person would get banned and it would be like really like not their fault. So I'm kind of hesitant on doing that, but we can see he put on I think it's Kyushu, which is the big South Island Japan. He's pinging his teammate to go Shikoku. Um, but as you can see from the line, he's like a little further away. And his teammate went over near Osaka and it was over here, but still kind of a ways away. I don't think this is really anything noteworthy, so I'm going to put not guilty for everything. So we have duels again. We got like the UK or Ireland, right? So kind of looking around, seeing those bollards. I think those are Scottish bollards, if I'm not mistaken. Black and white ones with the white and red tops for the stickers. Okay, went Australia first. Oh, it's actually Isle of Man. Okay, that makes sense with the camera quality, but it's kind of a place I never really expect. Okay, so our person goes Isle of Man. The one thing I don't really like about this investigation format is that the camera for like seeing, like you could kind of see before how it was kind of like off screen. Like they guessed Australia and you can't really see where they guessed. And then it kind of zooms in, but it's off screen. So like I kind of hope they fix that at some point because I really you can't tell if like they maybe click the 5K like through like a script and then they could have like moved off it. So I'm gonna say not guilty Googling. I'll leave it insufficient evidence for scripting. So we got Japan again. All right, he's moving down the road. We got total fashion, and he stopped to zoom in. So he clicks Okayama, Osaka, and he guesses there, and he kind of pings his teammate to go near Tokyo. And your teammate goes a little further north, and it's actually all the way up in Hokkaido. Again, this is not guilty at all. It's just whatever. All right, I think this will be the last set of cheating investigations we'll do today with this moving 600 to 700 rated player. Currently in, I think this is Iceland or is this Faroe Islands? I can't fully tell just yet, but I think I'd rather go Iceland. Yeah, we have these place names. Pretty easy to pinpoint once you see them, just because of how Iceland is laid out with roads that go like around the whole country. But this person is zoomed in on these place names for quite a while. But let's see where he goes. Will he zoom immediately on the place name without moving at all? Or getting a look at what that sign says? Not even going to attempt to pronounce that. But we're on the 626, or at least that's what this road is leading to. It's probably taking a while because you have to type all that out. I can't even imagine having to do that. Alright, let's see when he finishes where he chooses to go. Will he go immediately to it, or will he try to like bend the rules and like go off of it slightly to like pretend that he's not cheating? So it's northwest, and he kind of goes north. Let's see where he clicked. He didn't even click on it, but he clicked. So there's that place. But where's the 626? Is that over here? No, it's not. These are the 7 roads. That's kind of weird, but I'm going to put not guilty scripting. Maybe a Google. I'll leave it insufficient evidence because you didn't go immediately to it, but still kind of weird. Next one. What do we got here? We got like a we got it was like Guatemala, I think. All right, so we zoomed in on this sign, which is not a very good sign. I think that's the place name, Santa Barbara. Or let's skip ahead to see. Okay, he zoomed in, so he starts opening up the map, and he zooms in on Guatemala, which is where it is. And he kind of zooms in here for some reason. Will he go further west is the question. Come on, you can do it, come on. Ooh, it's right there. Will they click it? There he goes. That is textbook Googling. Alright. Probably just like a few more games to go before we wrap this thing up. Here we got a Brazil. As we can see on the map, it's like northeast, kind of. But he went past the text there. For some reason, he went past and then tries to zoom in after. Interesting tactic, but okay. Alright, we have a kid riding a bike along the main road. You'll have to see it. Philadelphia, that's where we are. This is downtown Philly. That kid's on his way to get a Philly cheesesteak. But where does this person think we are? We got PMS Pirabas. on the water tower. That's either the name of the town or like maybe just like the general region. Because yeah, it looks like he's trying to Google that. It looks pretty obvious. So it looks like it's in Para near Marignao. But okay, he clicks near Belim. Is that the name of the place? Okay, it is. But it's like, but it's called something else. It's Sahal de Piraba. So, but he clicked close enough and was zoomed in pretty far. I would say that's definitely guilty. And that looks like we're on to the next person. I think we'll call it after this round. Um, but it looks like we have a Philippines to end it off on. All right, he zooms in on this. What is this, bird feed? The bird feed ad. Oh, but there is a place name there. Maybe he's just trying to read it. Ooh. So we're near a place called Calabanga near Naga. Was that visible here? There's Balukan. I think that's a region. Yeah, it's hard to like fully tell like where what he saw, but I think that's what he's looking for. So he clicks Mindanao, but then goes up here. What is this region called? I just want to be sure. Or it's Bicol. Okay. I'm glad we ended it on a kind of a more ambiguous one. Hmm. But yeah, it says Bicol right there. I think this is like too like he wasn't zoomed. He was kind of zoomed in for like a reasonable amount of time. Like I don't think you'd really be able to Google stuff like this that fast. Um, but who knows? It, the only thing is that like the movement of his mouse is kind of weird. Like he clicks Mindanao, but then immediately pans up and goes right there. So it's kind of ambiguous. I'm gonna say not guilty scripting, and I'll leave it insufficient evidence for Googling. I think it's more likely that he's not, but there still is like a little level of ambiguity there. So I'm going to submit, and that is all for today. So if you like this video, if you enjoyed it, whatever, leave a like, comment, do whatever you want, and I will see you guys whenever I choose to make another video. And I think that's about it. So yeah, goodbye.